Hello, let's move into our next package, which is the pandas. Pandas are very important because it is used a lot for data cleansing and data manipulation in machine learning. This is the second of the third package we'll do. We have already seen NumPy. So you have your Python installation over your Anaconda Python distribution to be correct. In the previous series, we saw about NumPy and the NumPy arrays, and this time we'll be looking at pandas, which are actually built on top of NumPy. Now, basically, why do we use pandas is mainly for two reasons. One is the capability of panda packages uh, to draw series, and the other aspect of pandas is for data frame. So, in this video, we'll be focusing only on series, and in the next video, we'll be looking at the framing of pandas. Okay. So, as of now, you can ignore the data frame, just focus on panda series. Now, what is a panda series? Look at this diagram very carefully. You have a NumPy array, which we did last time, or any array in Python. The indexing, if you look at the indexing, it does not have a label, which means that it will always start from 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whereas if you look at a panda series, the indexing can be put a label, which means it can be ABCD, it can be Bombay, Delhi, Chennai, Kochi, it can be mango, apple, uh, banana, anything. Okay, it can be names of car. So this is the capability of a series, because series by default does not come with Python. So you have to use pandas for giving a label to a series. Okay. So that's the basic difference. Why do we use a series in machine learning or data science? The reason being, you have to label a lot of data in machine learning and also in data science, and just using the default, nomenclature of indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will not solve your purpose. Okay. So let's go back. Now I have already put a line here to import the package. Import pandas as PD. The default nomenclature used for pandas is PD. Okay, you can use anything, but I would strongly recommend you use PD because it is used globally. I mean this as PD. Okay. Now you execute this cell and you type PD, and you will see that if your pandas are installed, which automatically should get installed when you install NumPy, you will not get an error. If you get an error that package not found, etc., just go into your command prompt and go to your environment and type in conda install -c anaconda pandas. Make sure that you don't put the hash. I've given the hash, as you know, so that it takes it as a comment. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Now, we have imported the pandas packages as PD. Now, we can also, to make it convenient, we can also call the series uh, in our local namespace. So, because we'll be using it frequently. So, okay. So that's it, and let's get started. Now, we'll first try to take an array, like in the diagram I showed you, and try to change the label. I mean, let's try to achieve this. Okay. Now, to do it, we can create a variable name. Let's call it object or OB. We call pandas, which is PD now, as the variable. Bear in mind, series is in capital S, and if you put the smallest by mistake, you will get an error. Now, let's put some array number, which is like, you can also put negative. Okay, that's fine. Now, if you try to see OBG, you'll see that it is creating with the default label 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is the value. So this is the indexing, and this is the value, which means it is following this which we have for NumPy, and we need to change it. But before changing, we see some more tricks of it. If you can type ob dot values, and if you don't want to see it, it will just show you the array values. Okay. And if you want to see the current index, you can just type in index. So it says that it starts from 0, stops at 4, and the increment is 1. Okay. Now, if you have you can also do basic things like you can do obj into 2 as you did with NumPy, and the mathematical functions will come up. Okay. Now let's try to change the index of it. Okay. Now let's take the same variable name and pd dot series, and let's put an array again and put some number, uh, maybe one more negative number, and here we type in the index. These brackets could be quite confusing, so let's try to change it to states, maybe names of states. Probably these values may signify certain numbers for each states of India, and let's try to do it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have created 5 levels. Yes. So if I see obj now, you see it's no more 0, 1, 2, 3, which means I was able to achieve the Panda series. Okay. Um, you can also see obj dot labels, or obj dot index, sorry, and you see it shows that we have created an object type with the state. So this is what is the basic crux of a series. Obviously, you can have two series, add them, subtract them. Now, let us do some with other data structures. We just did with arrays. So, and let's try to take some other data structures. So, I've already created some so that I don't type it, and I'll just re-import everything. So where here I have created the labels, which is apple, pat, and cat. D1 is a dictionary. Array, this time I have created a NumPy array, and my list is a list, which is 19, 20, 22. So let's try to do a series with a list, then a NumPy array, and then with a dictionary. Okay, using this kind of labels. So we'll just try to copy the commands and see how it does, how it behaves, so that you get the consistency. Yeah. So we have it here, and this time instead of typing in, we'll try to put my list. Okay. And obj, you can see it is created by default. It hasn't taken the labels. Yeah. So it's still taking 0 to 3. So we'll try to do the same command and see if this thing works. So instead of hard coding, I'll try to use the assignment which is already there now. Okay. So let me put it here, and this time instead of typing the index, I'll just say the variable name, which is labels, which you can see here. Okay. And we put my list. Hopefully my brackets are right. I think so. Obj dot level. I've got an error. So I removed the error. I just took out the brackets. Too many brackets were not there, so it was giving me the error. Now it works fine, as you can see. Now if you just see obj dot index, you see the index has been converted, and you can see it again. So we tried for a direct array, then we tried for a list, and now let's try for a numpy array, which is arr, which is this part. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We just copy it so that it's easier. You can use different variables also, and instead of list, this time we'll just do a numpy array, which is arr. Yeah. Now, if you do obj, you will still see the default 012. Now you need to change it, and we'll do it in the same way as we did here. So just copy it, and instead of my list, I'll put the array, which is the numpy array. And now if you see obj, you will see this, and you can also see the index, yeah, which is apple bat cat. Now for the dictionary it is tricky because dictionary you are already defining the level. In certain areas it will give you a nan, which is an error, and this is a D1 dictionary. So let's try to see it, and let's see that particular error coming in just for our academic interest. Okay, so I think it is see, like I said, because it's already defined in a dictionary, and you would get a nan, which is not known kind of an error. So I think this video was helpful in terms of pandas. So practice this as I did. It's okay to make mistake. I also made a syntax error now, so it's okay. You can just go and see the format. There are a couple of practice books which are also given on Panda series. Go and practice them, and I will catch you up in the next video. Until then, bye bye.